So I watched Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, I do have a life, I mean, I run a gacha gaming channel. I play Genshin Impact, Star Rail, Art Knights, FGO, but I do have a life. So I just went ahead and watched this movie. Deadpool fan right here. I've been a huge fan of Deadpool since the first movie came out way back in, I don't know, 2015, I think. Some Valentine's Day. It had the greatest marketing ever. Deadpool movies are amazing. So I went in, I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and this movie literally reignited my passion for Marvel. Again, like for the past 2 years, I've been having a Marvel fatigue. Basically, like the last movie that I saw was probably No Way Home, and after that, literally nothing interested me. Even with Disney Plus, I mean, I have it, I have Hotstar, but I just like I'm only now watching everything. Like I just recently watched Moon Knight, and it was absolutely amazing. Like I never expected Marvel to do something like that. I just finished Miss Marvel today, and it was one of the great. It was one of the good TV shows that I watched in the past 5 years or so. It was actually a good show. So I've been like gradually getting into it, but Deadpool and Wolverine, and I read a lot of hate about this movie on Twitter, and I'm just like starting to realize that maybe I shouldn't spend a lot of time on Twitter, because that entire application, and I'm calling it Twitter because fuck X. um the entire application is just a cesspool of hatred and shitting on everything. So I just like shut my brain off, like ignored Twitter for a bit, and went in and saw the movie. Mind blowing. I mean, I don't get why people were hating it. There were cameos, yeah, but I feel like majority of the people wouldn't even know about them, so like they won't feel like cameos. They're more like their roles cast specifically for this film that were undisclosed. So the only cameo that I think is probably Henry Cavill, who played an alternate version of Wolverine, which is mind blowing, like insanely mind blowing. Also, funny thing, the theater that I was watching in, it had so many problems. The 3D wasn't working. The movie was zoomed in. Uh, the movie lost focus in between. So like it just completely felt like Deadpool was actually running the movie and trolling us. And if it hadn't been a Deadpool movie, I would have been specifically pissed at the cinema. But since it was Deadpool and Wolverine, and since the mindset for the movie was entirely like casual, just shut your brain off and enjoy whatever Deadpool does. So whatever happened in the cinema as well was actually pretty fun as well. Coming to the movie in general, the plot is like in complete pure Deadpool fashion nonsense. Like it could have been easily avoided if Deadpool had just been smarter, but he's Deadpool. That's why we love him. He's the merc with the mouth. I mean, it's written down here, but um, he's just amazing, and that's what makes Deadpool amazing. This movie, I expected it to like not have anything sensical. I mean, it's Deadpool. The past two movies have taught me that you should not expect anything when you're going to a Deadpool movie. And with Wolverine in it, I was like so excited because Logan is probably one of my favorite superhero movies ever. Like, ever. Endgame, No Way Home, Logan, Dark Knight. These are classics, man. So I was really excited to see Hugh Jackman again, and man, it just hit so hard. Like the comedy was, it was cringe, and you needed to have a bit of knowledge of today's slang and today's like the political nature of the world that we have right now to fully understand the joke sometimes. But still, it was amazing. It was like the movie was not boring. Like when I go to watch movies, I do not want to feel sleepy in the hall. I do not want to yawn. I do not want to feel like I wasted my money on this ticket and I'm just have to get it through this. Like some movies were like that. Eternals, for that matter. Like it started off great, but in the middle it actually kind of fell off, and it was like I mean, I don't know what I'm doing with my life right here, but still let's just go with it. So Deadpool didn't feel like that. The cameos were amazing. Like when he was scouting through the multiverses for Wolverines, that was amazing. The Chris Evans Human Torch, which was like completely unexpected. I never even thought about that. I completely forgot that he was actually the Human Torch as well. But when he said flame on in the movie, I was like, it struck me like, oh no, wait, that's the Fantastic Four. It was actually a nice like thing that they did. It was completely unexpected. I didn't expect him, honestly. And that's what I do. I just like shut my brain off whenever I'm watching Marvel movies. It's like the norm at this point. Like if you're trying to make sense in a superhero movie, I don't know what you're doing. So that was fun. The villain Cassandra Nova, like all Marvel villains, pretty meh because I don't know. I mean, I feel like Marvel movies focus more on the protagonist and their personal problems rather than the supervillain and stuff. So the supervillain was again meh, but I would like to see an alternate version of Cassandra Nova, like a good version, like a version whose friends or like has a good relationship with Charles Xavier and the X Men as well. So that could work pretty well because the actress was great. Moving forward, we have who else was there? I mean, there were three cameos, which I'm pretty sure majority of the fans, if they like knew about it or researched Marvel movies, they would know. But otherwise, they wouldn't really care about them. That was one Elektra, Blade, the OG Blade, and Gambit. So since I've been like I've researched everything, I haven't seen all those three movies. Like Gambit didn't get a movie, obviously, but I didn't see the OG Blade. I didn't see Elektra, but I knew about them. Like they existed as movies and as characters. So when their appearance came up, I was like, nice because they're giving, what should I say, new life to these characters that people might have forgotten or people might not know about. So that was amazing, and I didn't feel like it was a glorified cameo appearance, like pestering to the nostalgic crowd. I felt like even new generation would appreciate these guys and would like go and search for them, like who is Elektra, who is Blade. Although we're getting a Blade sometime soon, whenever Marvel figures things out, and then who's Gambit, and then the entire controversy with the Gambit movie. So it just like it was actually nice. It was actually a really good setup. And then Daphne Keane as X-23. I mean, bringing back the Logan part, and very good. I mean, I just loved it. The movie was great. I don't understand the hate around it. The cameos were like, I don't consider them as cameos. I was just like, this part of the movie. This is Deadpool. Deadpool does random shit. At least they didn't kill off, these characters like he did in the X-Force. That scene was so, for comedic purpose, they killed off pretty great characters. So I'm just glad that didn't happen over here, and these guys were actually fighting really well in the climax of the movie. We had the Deadpool Legion. Although one thing that I'm, like kind of pissed about is that they didn't remove Lady Deadpool's mask, which like I would have loved to seen Blake Lively there. I mean, just for research. I mean, imagination. I mean, I just wish that, Deadpool, like when Lady Deadpool revealed herself, like removed a mask, and then our Deadpool would be like, "Holy shit, you're my wife." I was like, hoping for it, but I don't know. Maybe it didn't happen. So whatever. But still, the ending was great. The In pure superhero fashion, the movie was not boring at all. Like I didn't yawn for a bit. I didn't feel sleepy at all. And usually I get sleepy during like while watching movies sometimes. So all in all, pretty amazing, pretty hyped. I don't know where Deadpool's gonna go from now, but wherever he is gonna go, I just hope like I wish we get a Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe type spin-off movie, like which could be purely comedical purpose, and he's just like hopping universes where we go like bam, 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 bam. It'll be so much fun. But yep, I mean this movie reinvigorated my love for Marvel movies, and I'm hyped. And with the the recent reveals of Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, I mean phase 4 and phase 5 are probably the two phases that we don't have in Avengers movies. So I think that people might have started to like take it casually, take it like they don't want to like invest over. And then the 2021 2022 overstuffing of Marvel with everything Marvel on Disney Plus and the movies and all, like people can't catch up. So like I'm glad that they're taking the casual route, the minimalistic route, where they're not focusing much on quantity but rather on quality. So I'm just like hyped for that. Fantastic Four, RDJ as Doctor Doom. I mean, it could be it could be amazing, like because the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a universe for the movies. It's not related to comics. It's inspired by the comics, but it's its own universe. So I'm just hyped to see where this um universe heads on. And now we have Deadpool and Wolverine living together. So I'm like praying to God, like, please, please, let's have another Deadpool and Wolverine movie, or maybe an X-Men movie where Deadpool comes up. I mean, it'll be tough, obviously, because having to accommodate Deadpool, which means the R, like the 18 plus adult R, whatever rating applies to your country, that gets applied on the movie automatically because there's Deadpool. But still, I mean, it'd just be great. So, I mean, that's it for now. I mean, I just loved Marvel Studios, Deadpool and Wolverine, and the opening was absolutely amazing. So hats off, man! Like the brains over there for this movie was amazing, and I just liked it. Pretty good movie, and that's it for now. I'm just random bullshit because I have a life outside of gacha. I don't play gacha all day. um but if you like this video, check out my channel, and if you like this video specifically, like comment on it, so maybe I could like do more videos according to this on this, like trends. Like maybe I'll talk more about Marvel stuff that I've been watching, or maybe other movies. Like I don't watch other movies, but you can give me recommendations. Maybe I'll just go watch them and then talk about them, because I love consuming stories in general. So that's it for now. Check out my channel, subscribe if you want to. Like please support me. I'm a small guy. Please support me. I would love it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.